habits. They're out of your control, right? Because they're subconscious, they're unconscious. You're not in control. Oh my gosh, I'm a smoker, I'm addicted. I don't even think. I just, pull out my cigarette. I am addicted to my phone. I don't even think. I'm just on social media again, and it's only been 1 minute. It's very easy to perceive that as being the case, but once you understand how habits are formed in the first place, your perspective change will now put you in control. And what I mean by that is, the definition of habits is not something that is out of your control. The definition of a habit is something that is an irregular behavior that is then repeated over and over and over again until it becomes automatic, right? So when I first started working out, I was about to quit. But because I felt discouraged, I wasn't seeing the results I was expecting to see. A lot of things, pretty much anything, you see a result. Whether good or bad, you see an immediate result of it. So in grade school, when you would turn in a homework assignment, whether it was done poorly or it was incomplete, your teacher would give you a grade. It might have been a bad one, it might have been a D or an F, but it was a grade. Now imagine if your teacher didn't give you a grade for that assignment and instead said, do it again, keep trying. How frustrating would that be? That's how I was when I first started lifting. I wasn't seeing the results I wanted to see, yet my mother complimented me. I don't know whether it was genuine or she was just being nice because she saw that I was discouraged. She said, hey, I noticed you're more muscular than you were yesterday. That in and of itself, no matter how small, was enough to keep me going, to continue lifting. And every time I got discouraged, I eventually got another compliment. And obviously my reasons changed over the years, but that's what kept me going. A small compliment, no matter how small to you it may seem, doesn't mean it's small to the person receiving it. So if they're having a shitty day, if you notice someone is down, give them a compliment. If your buddy works out and he's a dude, say, hey, you're looking really big today. That's going to brighten up his mood entirely and change the rest of his day. If you're a female and it's another female, say, hey, you're looking small as hell, right? It's kind of ironic because it's the exact opposite. Or your butt's looking, big, if that's what they've been working on, or whatever it is. Your makeup looks really nice, or your hair looks really good. Something. Just throw them something, no matter how small, no matter how silly it may seem, it's gonna make them feel good. And you should always do this. You shouldn't make shit up, but you should always try to elevate your friends, right? Bring them up with you. And as far as picking out friends, you need to ask yourself, are they making you better or are they making you worse? Okay? Do your friends have something that you admire? They don't have to be better than you in every single respect. I'm not asking you to treat your friendship like a transaction. I'm not asking you to compare yourself to your friends on a chart. What I'm asking you is your friend more generous than you? Is he more time-oriented? Is he more diligent with the work that he does? Is he more athletic? Is there some character trait, some skill that you admire about your friend that you could learn from just being around them? If the answer is no, why are you wasting your time with them? You have a limited amount of time, and a lot of people do things without realizing they're doing them, habits. But what they don't realize is that any behavior that you do, conscious or unconscious, but especially if it's conscious, you're running towards something, or you're running away from something. And even though you may not perceive it as that, it doesn't change the fact that that's the case. And let me give you two examples, one of each. If you drink or smoke regularly, you don't just do it because it makes you feel good. People who smoke do it because it takes off the edge. It makes things funnier. They're more creative. They're more in touch with their surroundings. People who drink regularly are generally happier. They're not worried about what they have to do tomorrow or what they had to do today. They're present. they are running away from something. Both of those things, any drug that you do recreationally is a band-aid for the actual issue, because once the effects of that drug wear off, you're back to square one. You're exactly where you were before you did that behavior, and now you have to repeat it, except now you're building tolerance, so you have to take more and more and more of it, and it becomes a self-destructive behavior. Running towards something can be a good or a bad thing. You could run towards a goal that you have, or you could run towards something bad. If all of your friends vape, and you vape only because your friends vape, not because you want to vape. Most people don't want to vape. They do it because their friends vape. You're running towards something. You're running towards acceptance within a group. And that's not a bad thing. We all want to be accepted. I want to be accepted within respective groups. But you should pick and choose the groups that you want to belong to, because the group that you hang out with, the people that you hang out with, reflect on you. If people see you hanging out with this dude who's known to drink and drive and wreck shit when he's sober and do all this, stupid behavior that people don't generally perceive as a good thing, they're going to assume you're the exact same person. And I can guarantee you that you can find friends that have character traits that you admire, that don't partake in behaviors that you don't necessarily want to engage with.